today. Excuse me. Oh man. What is up, everybody? What is up? What is up? We're gonna start off with the story of Pokemon, right? The complete Pokemon story so far.
In the beginning, there was nothing. A vortex of chaos and endlessness was all that the universe was. But an egg came to float in that void.
Okay, so that answers the question. What came first, the chicken or the egg? I guess it's the egg.
That egg hatched, spilling forth life, matter, and
Arceus.
creation in the form of Arceus. Arceus, using his thousands of arms, created Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina.
Oh, what are these versions? Honestly, I kind of gave up watching and understanding Pokemon lore after... Is it Sun and Moon? That was a while ago.
With it, time, space, and antimatter, creating the universe as we see today. Giratina was banished to the Distortion World, a sort of mirror to the universe, due to its
Giratina, when that movie came out, if you know, that one Pokemon movie. Holy jeez, that became one of my go-to Pokemon after that.
Nature. Arceus would also will into being the three Lake Guardians, Azelf, Uxie, and Mesprit, forming willpower, knowledge, and emotion, traits
I always liked the pink one. I like the pink one.
that would be imparted on all living things in Arceus' world.
Oh my god, catching it in Pokemon Pearl. I had played Pokemon Pearl. That was my first ever real Pokemon game that I played fully through. Oh my god, catching so many of the legendaries. I had to go through YouTube. Ooh, that was crispy. But I had to go through YouTube just to look for it.
Untold years later, long after the Earth was shaped, super ancient Pokemon Groudon and Kyogre would fiercely battle
this is the primal version, right?
Region. As Groudon would expand the land, Kyogre shaped the oceans. With the two
I always
meeting
liked
in ancient
Rayquaza.
Hoenn, becoming rivals.
I
and
love
fighting for
Dragon.
dominance. Conflict would
Dragon
continue
these nuts.
indefinitely until a third being, Rayquaza, descended from the heavens to quell them both, where they would sleep deep in the earth to recover from this horrendous battle. Rayquaza remains protecting the earth from asteroids. Regigigas
I always liked the shiny Rayquaza. I like the black Pokemon. I love the black.
began to shape the continent in the wake of this battle, bombing several regions across
Regigigas.
the earth and creating great mountain ranges, including Mount
I
Coronet.
guess most of the
in
lore
ancient
was in
Hisui
season,
region.
not
He formed
season, the
5
fuck am I
golems
saying?
in his image.
Gen 4. Sorry, I'm talking over the video. I was just
Registeel,
thinking out
Regice,
on my ass.
Regirock, Regieleki, and Regidrago. Arceus creates 3 artifacts linked to Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina for unknown reasons.
Shit.
But the 3 orbs would be used to bring about their true form again in the future. Dialga and Palkia assumed fleeting forms, while Giratina remained locked
That's what it's called, a fleeting form. That's the form that I
away in
know.
the Distortion World. Arceus would then create the Mew, known as the ancestor of Pokemon. It is hypothesized that all Pokemon descend
Oh my
from
god,
Mew
ancient
in some
Mew?
way or another. Arceus, seeing his creation complete,
I low-key want to
disappeared.
collect Pokemon
Around
cards
300
again.
million years before the beginning of the games, the Mew population slowly decreased. Such species as Armaldo, Relicanth, and Aerodactyl roam the earth as the only Pokemon in existence. Not
The
much happens
fossil
in this period,
Pokemon.
as humans
Oh, that Pikachu. Oh my god, that looks nice.
have yet to come into existence. It's believed that the Area Zero underground is formed in the Paldea region around 2 million years ago.
Paldea
Unfortunately,
region.
this led to almost all Terrapagos being wiped out, with one surviving by turning its body into a crystal. 1 million years after, the Great Crater of Paldea was formed. 20,000 years ago, a meteor hits the Galar region.
20,000 years ago.
In that meteor, remaining dormant for a time. 10,000 years ago, the Regis were sealed across multiple regions after being worshipped by humans for thousands of years prior. The reason for this is unclear, but it's believed that humans feared the Regis. Many years before the events of Pokemon Legends Arceus, an unknown
I heard Legends Arceus was pretty cool. I never played it. I actually never really fully played through any Pokemon on the Switch nor Switch 2. I really did play a lot when it was on OGDS. Like, I played Pearl, I played Heart Gold, and I played a lot. Those are the 2 I played. Oh, I just spat on the camera. Oh shit, my bad. But those were the 2 that I played a lot, or the most of.
no legendary hero traveled around ancient Hisui, befriending several Pokemon, collecting all of Arceus' legendary plates. The hero was so powerful that they defeated Arceus, with Arceus granting the descendants of the hero's Pokemon special powers. These would become the noble Pokemon that were worshipped by humans in Hisui going forward. A few thousand years before
Wait, what are the
Legends
noble
Arceus,
Pokemon?
the Celestica people migrated from Sinjoh, an area of Johto, to Hisui. They brought with them their culture, creating the Celestica Trail, the Celestica Ruins, and the Temple of Sinnoh. They worshipped the 3 mighty beings of creation along with Arceus.
I always liked Giratina, like I said before, but Hey, I really like the color scheme of Palkia. Is that just me? Is that just me? I like the pink. I like the vibrant.
It was known to these people as the Almighty Sinnoh. In the Kalos region,
I know Dialga
the
was a
Kalos War
popular one.
occurred, causing the deaths of thousands of Pokemon and people alike. The king, AZ, loses his beloved companion Floette in the fighting. He uses
Oh, not the
infinity energy
Floette.
to create a machine to revive Floette, granting them both eternal life. AZ then uses this machine to end the war, killing countless Pokemon and people. But
Yo, low-key, that's kind of sus. Floette reminds me of, like, you know, like a child. The fuck you obsessed with a child?
Does indeed end the war. Floette became
That's not even
disgusted
his
by the king's
child.
actions and fled. AZ, now burdened by immortality,
I'm joking.
begins wandering the planet in search for Floette, or to make amends for his past misdeeds. The king's brother, seeing the power of the machine, buried it in a secret location. Around the same time in Galar, the Darkest Day occurs, with Eternamax Eternatus
Oh shit,
releasing
the
massive amounts of
Darkest
energy
Day?
and causing the wild Pokemon of Galar to Dynamax and
I played this one, though. I played this one through.
Gigantamax. Two unnamed heroes, along with Zacian and Zamazenta, defeat Eternatus. However,
Say
their triumph was lost to time,
Ah, that's
despite
how
the
you
heroes
say it.
becoming the kings of Galar.
I would always say
2,000 years
Zacian.
ago, the Hoenn region is constantly being besieged by meteors. The home of the Draconid people is wiped out, forming meteor falls. The meteors carried natural...
Ah, something about Pokemon. Right. For a game this long, I've seen Nintendo games, and they look pretty good. Why are Pokemon games still looking low-key kind of trash? We're in like 2026 now. Like, come on. I want nicer graphics,
energy
please.
caused an abundance in the region, awakening Kyogre and Groudon, who coveted this energy. Once again, they clash, bringing death and destruction to the Hoenn people. The Draconid
Like, I know
people
they can do
made a
it.
fervent wish to Rayquaza, who heard the Draconids play and ended the fighting between the super ancient Pokemon. The Draconids, thankful for its help, began to
Damn.
worship Rayquaza.
Or I love
1,000
Rayquaza.
years before the events of the games, AZ travels to the Hoenn region and plants a tree outside
I
the
have
Cave
hiccups.
of Origin. Sometime close to this, another primal energy-filled meteor strikes the Hoenn region, forming the crater of Pseudopolis City. In turn, Kyogre and Groudon would awaken after the impacts. The people of Hoenn once again wished on Rayquaza to save them. However, this time, Rayquaza would use the power of the meteor himself and perform the first ever Mega Evolution.
Oh,
releasing his true
shit.
form. Rayquaza swiftly defeats the two other super ancient Pokemon, removing their primal forms in the process and forcing them to return to yet another slumber. The Draconid
he
people
stole their
construct a Sky Pillar
forms?
as tribute to Rayquaza. However, it is prophesied that another meteor would threaten Hoenn 1,000 years in the future, with the Draconids promising to pass down this prophecy to whoever would be around in the future to deal with this. 805
Damn, they literally just said, hey, good luck, bruh. There's a meteor coming. Hey, good luck,
years
bruh.
before the games, the world-famous Naranja and Uva academies were formed in Mesagoza in Paldea.
Like, look at this, man. Like, go back.
Before the games,
Look at this.
the world-famous Naranja
This is literally what the game looks like. It looks like everything is on 480p. Like, we have like 8K monitors now. The fuck are we doing?
and Uva academies were formed in Mesagoza in Paldea. Long before Legends Arceus, the Diamond and Pearl clans migrate to Hisui and take the name of the Celestica people as their own. Despite not being from Sinjoh like the real
Like,
Celestica
we know that
people,
it can
they mistakenly
look a lot
worship
better.
Dialga and Palkia
Please.
as the mighty Sinnoh. While they both derive from Arceus, this disagreement forms a generational feud between the two clans. Several hundred years before the games, the Sinjoh ruins are created by people from Hisui and Johto, linking the two cultures together.
A mystery
Pokeballs
Pokemon.
are also invented
Oh,
in this period.
shit.
Around 700 years before the games, the Brass and Bell Towers are constructed as resting places for Ho-Oh and Lugia in Ecruteak City.
I always liked. Hey, this might be a lot of people not liking or agreeing, but I don't know. Because I fear a lot of people like Lugia for some reason. I personally like Ho-Oh. I like the colored. I like the colors.
Johto
I just like
region.
the colors.
200 years later, in the same Johto
I love
region,
the vibrant.
pharmacy in Cianwood City is built. Around the same time, Spiritomb is trapped in the Odd Keystone in Hisui. 400 years before the games begin,
Sui!
the drought strikes at
Ronaldo!
Town, but is ended by Slowpoke yawning. The Slowpoke well is constructed, and the
Ronaldo!
Slowpoke are held to high esteem from then onwards. 300 years ago, the events of Pokemon Legends Arceus begin. A strong trainer from the distant future is ripped from their world, dragged back in time by Arceus with a mysterious instruction. Seek
Damn, we're living in an isekai now?
all Pokemon. The trainer meets with Professor Laventon.
Rowlet, Cyndaquil, and Oshawott, right? I think. I love Oshawott, but I don't like
Who invites
Samurott.
them to become part of the Galaxy Expedition team. The Hisui region is besieged by a strange
I
rift
always
in the
choose
sky
fire
that
types,
appears to be
chat.
causing the noble Pokemon
I love
of the
fire, I
region
love
to
red.
act frenzied. The leader of the survey
I always
corps,
choose the
Commander
fire types.
Kamado, asks the trainer to seek out and quell the noble Pokemon, while Laventon and Silene ask them to document the wild Pokemon of Hisui. The trainer succeeds in quelling the noble Pokemon with the help of the Diamond and Pearl clans. However, this does not seal the rift and the frenzies continue, even expanding. Kamado, long suspecting the trainer as being the cause of the rift, banishes the trainer, vowing to deal with the rift atop Mount Coronet himself. The trainer retreats with his friend Volo to a woman named Cogita, where she revealed both her and Volo are descendants of the Celestic people, and the trainer must seek out the 3 Lake Guardians.
If I'm being honest, I've never played Legends of Arceus yet.
Defeat them and forge the Red Chain.
Wait, Legends of Arceus low-key look good though.
Allies with the Diamond and Pearl clans,
the fuck happened?
To the Temple of Sinnoh. The trainer battles their way through the Galaxy Expedition.
Because I played what's the new game? Scarlet and Violet, I think. The one with the lightning dragon thing that you get to ride on motorcycle. That game looks so bad. I just gave up. Like I didn't want to play it no more. I think it's Legends of ZA right now, but I don't really care for that game.
Then the other Guardian of Space-Time would appear, frenzied, in their original form. The trainer battles the remaining Palkia, defeating them and catching them in the Origin Ball, a tool created by the remnants of the Red Chain. The rift is closed and the Hisui region is saved.
Sui!
Throughout this journey, the trainer has been collecting the 18 plates of Arceus. When 17 have been collected, Volo asks the trainer to meet them at the Temple of Sinnoh. Volo reveals that he has been working with Giratina the whole time, and it was Giratina who created the space-time rift above Mount Coronet. He attacks the trainer in the hope to secure the plates for himself.
Oh, Giratina, strike him down instead!
Themselves, defeating both Volo and Giratina himself. But the trainer successfully defends themselves, defeating both Volo and Giratina, and securing the final plate from Volo. The trainer manages to capture and document every Pokemon in the Hisui region, and with 18 plates in tow, they obtain the Azure Flute. Climbing Mount Coronet once more, they play the flute.
So you're telling me you have to capture every single Pokemon Legends of Arceus?
Doing battle with Arceus in the Hall of Origin.
Oh shit!
The trainer repeats history and defeats Arceus, proving them to be worthy of Arceus himself. Arceus then grants them a fragment of himself to use in battle. The trainer would go on to live out the rest of their days, helping shape Hisui and Pokemon-human relations for future generations.
Every time I hear that, I'm gonna say that, chat. I'm sorry.
To come.
Modern history.
Years before the games begin, the historian Heath reaches the end of the Great Crater.
I don't like this Pokemon. I don't understand it.
And records their findings.
But I like this one better than the other one. This one looks a lot cooler.
Journal. Heath talks about the insane discoveries the team has made, including Paradox Pokemon, Terrestrialized Pokemon, and a chance encounter with a strange disc.
Terrestrialized. Honestly, I only know that term because of Wolf Glix, I think. I forgot his name. I'm sorry. A Pokemon YouTuber.
Years before the games begin,
honestly, his videos are so goated.
Struck by lightning and burns to the ground. Lugia flees to the
Wolf Glix, something like that. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Pokemon, possibly believed to be Vaporeon, Flareon, and Jolteon, are resurrected out of pity by Harrow. The inhabitants of Ecruteak City feared the
Pokemon looks so majestic.
The balance of life and death, attacking them.
Why would you do that?
Fled, never once retaliating against those people.
Fuck you. Humans trash,
never return. 50 years before the games begin, expert Pokemon trainer Mustard defeats Opal and becomes the Pokemon League champion in the Galar region. Around the same time,
I know that guy. I got my Urshifu thing from him.
Leave their respective hometowns on an adventure with one goal: to collect 8 badges, finish the Pokédex, and become the regional Pokemon League champion. Red leaves Pallet Town in the Kanto region, along with his rival Blue.
Red and Blue are I think the strongest trainers out of all, like everyone.
To become Pokemon Masters.
They're so good.
The Pokédex by Professor Oak, Blue's grandfather. Red travels across the region, capturing Pokemon and claiming gym.
And I hated back then. Every time I chose my starter, the other guy chooses the super effective starter against me. Like, brother. Every time.
Always one step behind Blue. The two boys become entangled with the plans of Team Rocket, a villainous gang hell-bent on lying, cheating, and stealing their way across the Kanto region. It comes to a head
I like Team Rocket, though.
In Saffron City, after Giovanni,
I like the color. I love the black and red.
The corporation and the entire building hostage. Red is there to save the day and defeats Giovanni, saving the Silph Co employees.
Big Man Blastoise!
The previously closed Viridian City gym after claiming 7 badges, only to find Giovanni was the gym leader the entire time. Red defeats him once again. With Giovanni
shit, he was? I never played it, chat.
Once and for all. Red turns his attention towards the Pokemon League, facing off and defeating Gary on the way to the badge check gates. He valiantly battles his way through the Pokemon League, crushing the Elite Four. Red ready to face
Oh,
the champion.
look at his
comes face to
Lapras.
face with Blue, who had only just defeated Lance to claim the title of champion. Red defeats Blue
Oh
one
shit!
last.
So you're telling me that Blue or Gary, excuse me, defeats the champion, becomes the champion of the league right now for a couple minutes, and then you show up and whoop his ass?
Time,
Hell yeah!
Smashing his dreams into smithereens. Finally, the new
excuse
champion
me.
Red travels across the Sevi Islands to defeat the
excuse me.
last remnants of Team Rocket. He helps the scientist Celio to connect the Kanto region and the Hoenn region together via the Pokemon Network Center. Roughly at the same time, Brendan or May moves to Little Root Town from Olive
Nah,
City
but he
in the
gets
Johto
he
region.
gets a tire
Much like
explosion.
Red,
That's
they embark
fucking
on an epic adventure
nice.
after saving Professor Birch from a wild Pokemon attack. The two trainers become natural rivals, along with Wally, who they assist in catching his first Pokemon just outside of
He gets a
Petalburg
fucking shiny Ralts. I want the shiny Ralts.
City. Their goal, once again, is to become the champion of the Hoenn League. However, Team Aqua or Team Magma seek to awaken Kyogre or Groudon again to fulfill their
Oh,
aims to expand
shit.
the sea or land respectively.
Look at his outfit,
meaning the
chat.
trainer tangles with them at several
Nah, the
points
Team Aqua outfit clears the Team Magma outfit.
of their adventure. The trainers travel the region, collecting
Holy
badges
shit, it's a
and filling out their
Latias.
Pokédex. However, despite
that
several
Steven?
attempts
Is
to
that his
stop
name? I
Team
forgot his
Aqua
name.
and Team Magma, they still manage to awaken their respective super ancient Pokemon, who seek the primal energy from eons past. The trainers travel to the Cave of Origin, where Kyogre or Groudon take their primal forms, but they are defeated by the trainers before the Hoenn region is completely destroyed. Brendan or May claims their final badge from the Suitopolis gym. They travel to Evergrande City and face off against Wally one last time. In this
Oh,
fantastic
shit.
battle, Wally is defeated, clearing the way for Brendan or May to become the Pokemon champion.
Oh
After
shit.
Brendan or May becomes the Pokemon champion, a meteor is due to hit the Hoenn region. However, those at the Moss Deep Space Center hatch a plan to divert the meteor by creating a wormhole from the Infinity Energy, based off findings related to AZ using the ultimate weapon in the past. Zinnia, a descendant of the Draconid people, rejects this, as the meteor would just end up destroying another planet. Zinnia plans to wish for Rayquaza to destroy the meteorite and heads to the Spear Pillar in an attempt to summon it. Brendan or May
Okay.
follows, with Zinnia divulging the history of the Hoenn region. Rayquaza is summoned by Zinnia, but is unable to Mega Evolve, realizing that Brendan or May possess the meteorite that allows him to transform.
So are we a thief, or we just have that casually in our pockets?
Rayquaza faces the trainer and is defeated and captured, with the trainer being
Wait, he has
deemed
a
worthy
fucking-
of it. Zinnia
We're-
then
we're
battles
going
the
out of
player
space?
in order to see Rayquaza's true form. Defeating Zinnia, Brendan or May flies into space on the back of Rayquaza, who uses its mega form to smash
Oh, that's
the meteorite.
sick.
Deoxys
Oh,
is
that's the
revealed
1,000-year meteorite shit.
to reside in the
Oh.
meteor and becomes aggressive, but Rayquaza and the trainer successfully defeat and capture Deoxys.
Holy
Ethan
crap,
or
we're
Lyra
battling
embark on
out of
their journey to
space?
become champion of the Johto and Kanto regions, since they share the same Pokemon League. They visit Professor Elm in New Barktown, who is studying Pokemon eggs and is entrusted with a Pokemon of their own in order to complete a
Ooh.
task for Elm. They have to take an egg to Mr. Pokemon, who lives down the way. While they complete this task, Silver steals another of Elm's Pokemon and also commits to beating all 8 gyms across the Johto region, showing up to battle Ethan or Lyra often. Silver sees Pokemon as a means to an end, as tools to be
Or this? Oh, Higgs. Oh.
used for strength.
I was like,
While
I
Ethan
thought
or
we just
Lyra
watched
travel the
this.
scenic Johto region, like Red before them, they become embroiled in ruining Team Rocket's plans, who are determined to seek out
I
their
played
estranged
this. I think this is
leader.
Heart Gold, Soul
involves
Silver
saving the
type vibe.
Slowpoke from Team Rocket, farming a red Gyarados rampaging at the Lake of Rage, disrupting their forced evolution signal, and finally defeating them at Goldenrod City's famous radio tower.
Typhlosion. Oh
In
my
this time,
god.
they also befriend
Celebi?
Celebi, who takes them back to see that Giovanni is indeed Silver's father.
Oh shit, I forgot. Celebi controls like time, right? Or is that Jirachi? I don't know. You can go back in the past and shit in the
Then
future,
Celebi
I think,
takes them
right?
forward to when
That's-
Team
yeah.
Rocket had taken over the radio tower, with Ethan or Lyra defeating Giovanni.
I call
at
it the
Tokyo
onion
Falls.
Pokemon.
This in turn
that mean?
prevents him from rejoining Team Rocket.
'Cause his
In
head looks
completing
like a
these
full-on
actions,
onion.
5 kimono girls follow their actions closely, believing them to be the ones to recall Ho-Oh and Lugia. Ho-Oh had
Oh, I
previously
love
in search of
Ho-Oh.
one of pure heart, and returns due to the trainer being that such person. Ethan
Look
or
at
Lyra then
Ho-Oh.
challenges the Pokemon League, trouncing Silver one last time, who has learned to
Sneasel.
be kind to his Pokemon. The trainer then goes on to defeat Lance to become the new champion of the Kanto and Johto regions.
I always
Gyarados
liked Lance.
rages
He-
around the
he
Lake of
looked cool.
Rage, Lucas or Dawn watches the events unfold via a news broadcast while in the Sinnoh region. At some point in the last 300 years, the name of Hisui was changed to Sinnoh.
Sui!
Lucas or Dawn then venture out to Lake Verity, near Twin Leaf Town, due to this report, in the hope of seeing a
Oh
rare
my
Pokemon
god, I remember this. This is like the new version, right? Of Diamond and Pearl.
Pokemon, accompanied by their friend Barry. Attacked by Wild Starly after finding
I
a
like
briefcase
Barry,
with 3 Pokemon
but the
in
only
it, they
Pokemon I
defend
remember
themselves
Barry
with the
using is
Pokemon.
Heracross.
Professor Rowan was the owner of the briefcase. Despite the theft, Rowan encourages the two to head off on their own adventure with a Pokédex in hand and their new partner Pokemon.
Oh, the
Both
music.
aim to obtain all 8 badges and become the champion of the region. Cyrus, however, has other plans. A mysterious leader of Team Galactic, Cyrus plans to remake the world in his image, a new world removed of emotion and spirit, employing Team Galactic to meet these ends. Lucas or Dawn and Barry tangle with Team Galactic at several steps, culminating in the rundown Temple of Sinnoh, now known as the
I always like the pink hair one more than the red hair
Spear
one.
Pillar.
I forgot what Pokemon they
the red
used.
chain to summon Dialga and
Purloin
Palkia.
and
However,
something else.
accidentally calls forth Giratina too, where he's sucked into the distortion world. The region's champion,
Cynthia!
and Lucas or Dawn follow in
Cynthia's, I think, one of the top goats of all goats. Maybe top 3. Maybe 2. Leon Loki number 1. Can't lie.
an attempt to save Cyrus and quell Giratina's rage.
I just don't like
Lucas or Dawn
Leon's
reaches
fit,
Cyrus
though.
and they battle, with Cyrus'
But Cynthia's Garchomp. Oh my god.
defeat. He walks away into the void. His fate remains unknown. The trainer then subdues Giratina and its violent rage subsides. They head to Sunyshore City to claim their final badge, and then to the Pokemon League, carving their way through Victory Road, the Elite Four, and
Onion
Cynthia
Dude.
herself.
Oh
in
my
one
god,
of the most
Cynthia and her
legendary battles
Garchomp.
the Pokemon universe has ever seen. Sometime after this, Ethan or Lyra heads to Kanto, defeating all gym leaders there, and eventually taking on Red at Mount Silver. 5 years after
Pikachu.
this, Lucas or Dawn are brought back in time by Arceus. with
Holy
only a vague
animation.
message to guide them. Seek out all Pokemon. Hilbert or Hilda, along with their friends Sharon and Bianca, receive
Oh,
their
this
very
is a game I remember playing the most when I was a child. Black and White era. Oh my god.
first Pokemon in the bedroom of Hilbert
Always
or
got
Hilda's
Tepig.
house in New
And then-
Town in the Unova region.
I forgot what
This,
the middle
like
one
the
is,
trainer
and then
before them, was a
Embor.
gift from a Pokemon researcher, Professor Juniper.
Excuse me.
The three decide to leave on their own journey to collect 8 badges, complete the Pokédex, and become the Pokemon League champion. You might be noticing a theme here. Upon arriving in Accumula Town, they encounter the nefarious Team Plasma, who announce their plans for Pokemon liberation to separate Pokemon from humans.
Oh my god, N and Reshiram or Zekrom, depending on which other game you play. Oh my god, N had so much aura.
Team Plasma believe that Pokemon owning and battling are akin to slavery, seeing that all
True,
Pokemon
though.
should be freed. Hilbert or Hilda then
True.
battle a mysterious man known only as N, who claims Pokemon are his friends. The trainer
True,
continues
though.
their journey, dealing with Team Plasma at several locations across Unova.
Oh my god, I
Along
remember
with-
getting my Latios there. Oh my god, so many memories.
Way, they learn of N's involvement in Team Plasma as their king, and he seeks to liberate all Pokemon, just like Team Plasma. They also learn of the original legendary dragon Pokemon, which was split into 2 parts due to its owners, 2 brothers, arguing about the importance of truth and ideals. This created 2 new Pokemon who would represent both
Zekrom looks so
values.
cool.
N believing he
But
has the ability
Reshiram,
to
I always liked
communicate with
Reshiram.
Pokemon, aims
Elegance.
to capture Reshiram. Hilda or Hilbert also obtain a mysterious treasure called the Darkstone. After earning their 8th badge, they travel to the Pokemon League where they defeat the Elite Four. Upon defeating them, they discover that N has already defeated the Unovan champion Alder and promptly summons his castle, destroying the
shit.
Pokemon League. N did indeed capture the legendary Pokemon Reshiram, who was part of the original dragon representing truth. The Darkstone awakens in Hilbert or Hilda's bag, with a legendary Pokemon
Oh!
Zekrom, the embodiment of ideals, challenging the trainer. The trainer
He got
captures
it in a quick ball? Oh my god,
and
W.
engages in battle with N, defeating him. Getsis, one of the members of 7 Sages and the leader of Team Plasma, reveals that he had a plan to separate people and Pokemon so he could be the only person in the entire world.
I never
with
liked that Pokemon, that mummy
with him
thing.
using
For
N as a
Fog or
tool the whole
whatever.
time.
I think the Pokemon I spammed the most was the crocodile one, the red one. I don't remember names. It's been a while, chat. So, but that one, that was part of my team. Who else did I have? I had Altaria. I had a Sock, and I had a Emboar, of course. That's my starter Pokemon. I don't remember much. I remember those, and my fossil Pokemon was the was it the turtle or the bird? I forgot because I played black. No, I played Pokemon. Yeah, no, I played Pokemon White, and then I played Black too. So
Getsis attacks Hilbert or Hilda, but is defeated by them. After defeating N and Getsis with Zekrom, N becomes sorry for all his wrongdoings and flies off to distant lands on Reshiram. Hilbert or Hilda, Sharon, and Bianca continue their journey in Unova and get recruited by an undercover officer codenamed Looker to discover and arrest the remaining 6 of the 7 sages. After the arrest of all 6,
oh my god,
Hilbert
we're
or
with the
Hilda returns
feds!
to the Pokemon League.
I remember that.
Defeats the Elite Four, then challenges and defeats Older, becoming champion of Unova proper. 2 years after Hilda and Hilbert starts their journey, Nate or Rosa begins their adventure in the Unova region, but this time they begin in Aspertia City. Nate or Rosa receives their first Pokemon from Bianca in Aspertia City.
Oh
Together
shit!
with rival and best friend Hugh, who hopes to take back his sister's Purloin from Team Plasma, they begin their journey to become the Unova League champion. In this time period since his defeat, Ghetsis and the sages in Zoloin
Unova?
have reorganized Team Plasma into Neo Team Plasma.
This is black
with
and
the goal
white
of taking
too.
over the Unova region. He recruits a scientist called Colress
I had it's also X and Y. I think I had X.
and asks the ninja trio called the Shadow Triad to further his goals. They seek the legendary Pokemon
Kyurem
Kyurem to ensure their victory. After the trainers earn their 7th badge from Drayden,
I love the
Team
merge.
Plasma
When
attacks
you
Opal
merge the
Lucid
two.
City with their giant warship, covering the city in unbreakable ice. The Shadow Triad takes the opportunity to try and steal the DNA splices from Opal Lucid Gym, an item that can unlock the true power of Kyurem. Nate or Rosa and Hugh chase Team Plasma to Humilao City, where after earning their final badge, they confront Zinzaloin, Colress, and the Shadow Triad at the Giant Chasm. After this, the Triad releases Hugh's sister's Purloin, now a Leopard, who is now loyal to Team Plasma. Hugh tells
No, the Pokemon.
Nate or Rosa to go after Team Plasma and confront Ghetsis. Ghetsis has attempted to wield Kyurem's power for himself and tries to freeze Nate or Rosa alive. However, N flies in on Reshiram, saving them. Ghetsis then uses Kyurem's power to turn Reshiram back into the White Orb. The DNA splices then allow Kyurem to absorb Reshiram's energy, becoming White Kyurem. It turns out that Kyurem was part
White
of the original
Kyurem, look
dragon,
at that.
and when it became Reshiram and Zekrom, Kyurem was the leftovers of that original dragon. Nate or Rosa defeats Kyurem, causing the 2 Pokemon to separate, then defeats an enraged Ghetsis. N suggests that Nate or Rosa proceed to the Pokemon League. Heeding his words, Nate or Rosa ascend Victory Road, defeat the Elite Four, and emerge victorious in a battle with the new champion, Iris. After returning home,
Iris, holy shit.
Hugh's sister thanks Nate or Rosa for
her
helping her big brother and tells them that she has been dreaming of Zoroark calling her name. At Hugh's suggestion, they return to Victory Road, finding a Zoroark that leads them to the
I never
ruins of
really
N's
liked
castle,
Zoroark.
where N and Reshiram challenge them to battle. After defeating N, he says goodbye to Reshiram and releases it by asking it to turn back into the White Orb to give to Nate or Rosa. Nate or Rosa climbs to the top of the Dragon Spiral Tower and faces Reshiram again, this time to capture it.
Damn!
At the same time as Nate or Rosa's journey across Unova, Caleb or Serena begin a similar journey in the Kalos region. This is a
Mega Evolution.
Tiano, Shauna, and Trevor. They embark
I always
on an
liked Mega
adventure after
Evolution.
receiving their first Pokemon from Professor
That Mega
Sycamore.
Evolution was
Sycamore
pretty cool.
tasks them with filling out his Pokédex.
My favorite one was Blaziken, or also Lucario is pretty sick. Also, who else was pretty sick? Charizard, but X Charizard, Black Charizard. Oh my god! But I know why Charizard was faster, stronger, sunny day, lots of stuff.
And assisting and helping with his research on Mega Evolution. Throughout their travels, they come face to face with the mysterious Lysander and the evil Team Flare. Both are strangely obsessed
Damn,
with
look at the
beauty and all
poses.
things. Team Flare attempts to steal fossils, siphon power, and steal Pokeballs across the Kalos region, with Caleb
Yeah, Team Flare was just straight up a menace.
Even more strange is a mysterious giant AZ that they meet along the way. His origin and goals are unknown to the trainer. After collecting 7 badges, Lysander contacts Caleb or Serena, revealing himself to be the leader of Team Flare. Following a face-off at his lab and then Team Flare's headquarters, the trainer comes face to face with Xerneas or Yveltal, who Lysander
I liked
plans to use
Xerneas
their
more.
power to fire his ultimate weapon, the very same weapon that was fired thousands of years ago to end the Great Pokemon War. The trainer succeeds in stopping the legendary Pokemon and goes toe-to-toe with Lysander, who wields the power of Mega Evolution. However, as
The
Caleb or
power
Serena
of
also
Mega
wield his
Evolution.
power,
The fuck
they
that
come
mean?
out on top. This also results in the imprisoned Daisy being rescued, who Lysander captured to obtain his key to the ultimate weapon. Lysander fires the weakened weapon anyway, burying it, himself, and destroying Team Flare's hideout. Caleb or Serena claim their last badge and take on the Pokemon League, taking down the Elite Four.
Her
and champion
outfit, her
Diantha.
fit,
At
though,
the victory
chat,
parade,
is
Daisy
low-key
challenges the new
fire.
champion to see what a trainer really is. Ultimately, the champion comes out on top,
Flappy
with
Bay.
Daisy thanking them for freeing him. As his heart is unburdened,
Oh,
Chloe
it's not.
returns to him.
Who's
forgiving AZ
Flabebe? The fuck did I say that for? Oh shit, man. Hey. I don't know.
for his past
Okay.
misdeeds, and the two are reunited once more.
It's
2
been so
years
long.
later, the timeline splits into 2 alternate realities.
Yeah, this is when I like
Neither of
really
these
just
events fit
stopped.
with the previous and future events. In the paradise of the Alola region, Elio or Celine, after just moving to
I didn't
Alola,
even know but the trader looked like that.
leave their homes
I
on
just
Route 1
spat
to take on
everywhere
the Island
again.
Challenge, a challenge that falls outside of the Pokemon Leagues found in other regions. The trainer also befriends Lily, who carries the Pokemon known as Nebby in her bag. as her
Damn!
companion.
Wait, how old is Lily before I talk? Oh, never mind.
This occurs after the trainer attempts to defend Nebby from a flock of rabid Spearow, only to be saved by one of the island
I was just
guardians
kidding.
known as Tapu Koko. Hala,
I said
the
damn
island's
to the
leader, or
bag.
Kahuna, gives them their first Pokemon, along with his grandson Hao. The Island Challenge consists of 7 trials across the 4 islands and 4 island trials. These consist of certain challenges or fighting powerful totem Pokemon. Across Alola, the trainers run into Team Skull, a gang of kids who failed the
I
Island
never
Challenge.
liked Team Skull. This is such a lame ass team. There's like so many like better as. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore.
And in doing so, reject the
There's just a lot of
tradition
better
and
teams
become
out there.
delinquents. They also block other trainers from completing this. They are also headed by the charismatic Guzma, who is denied being one of the trial captains. Another key member of the team is Gladion, a strong trainer who's partners with Type Null. Both are encountered at various points in the journey. The party also run
mom's
into
bad.
the Eighth Foundation, a
Is it their
benevolent
mom?
group committed to the
even say
rehabilitation of
that?
sick Pokemon.
Let's just
Their
not say
leader is
anything.
Lusamine. After defeating the island
Let's
Kahuna
just not
on
talk
Akala
about it
Island,
no more.
they are invited to meet her. However, a weird creature interrupts it by entering through a wormhole. Lusamine becomes very interested in this strange being. The island challenge continues, with the group carving their way through multiple challenges and assaulting Team
Guzma.
Skull's hideout in Po Town. They once again end up at
Look
the
at
Ace
these
of Paradise
thugs.
after Plumeria, yet another Team Skull member, kidnaps Lily and Nebby. Gladion, who overheard the situation, Hao and the trainer head for the Aether Paradise to see Lusamine attempting to bring back the Pokemon from earlier. Gladion and Hao give chase and tells Lusamine not to open the wormhole again, revealing that both Lily and Gladion are indeed her children. Lusamine disregards
Huh?
this and opens it up anyway, causing lots of wormholes to open around Alola, and alien Pokemon known as the Ultra Beasts begin pouring out of them.
So Ultra Beast, are they just like straight up aliens? Or what's happening? Like I don't really understand.
Leo or Celine defeats Lusamine, Guzma, and the Ultra Beast, but they manage to retreat into Ultra Space. For some reason, Nebby takes on a new form. Gladion grants Elio or Celine the Moon Flute and Sun Flute, then helps the party to get to Pony Island to continue their island challenge. Hapu is there, who the group met previously on Akala Island. She reveals the island has no Kahuna, but Tapu Fini agrees to make her the new Kahuna. Hapu even
Oh,
tells
shit.
them about a ritual that needs to be completed at the altar of the sun or altar of the moon to summon the legendary Pokemon Solgaleo or Lunala, but they need the other
Oh.
flute to complete it. This is
I always like Solgaleo more. Is that just me? I don't know. Lunana? I don't know.
located
Sorry.
on Executor's Island.
I just
Both
liked-
Lily and the trainer
I just like the
travels there
colours.
to obtain Lily's flute. At the altar, the duo is attacked by Team Skull, but Plumeria
Fuck
stops
outta
the
here,
fighting
Team Skull.
to try and find out what happens to Guzma. After hearing the reality of this situation, she lets them both continue to the altar. Once the flutes are played, Nebby is taken from the bag and evolves into Solgaleo or Lunala. Nebby has the power to travel through ultra space. This
Damn!
allows them to seek out Lusamine. The team successfully
Wow!
finds Lusamine and Guzma. A battle with Lusamine ensues, with her sending out the Ultra Beast Nihilego. Then Lusamine fuses with it, taking
What? What do you mean about fusing with the chat?
the role of the Pokemon in the battle. Nebby luckily manages to separate them, with Nebby transporting all the humans back to their dimension. Hapu takes Guzma and Lusamine to safety, while Lily claims she is not a trainer and Nebby would be happier with Elio or Celine. So they battle and the legendary Pokemon is captured. The trainer then heads to Mount Lanakila on Ula Ula Island, with Professor Kuki greeting them and announcing the Pokemon League has been
I didn't like Z moves as much as I did Mega Evolutions, if I'm being honest.
set up. The trainer takes on 4 of the previous trial captains and kahunas who now make up the Elite Four, with the Professor being the final battle before they become champion.
The
Once
Professor?
Elio or Celine becomes champion,
didn't make it that
there
far.
is a festival on Melee Melee Island, and the champion faces off against Tapu Koko. Finally, on the following day, Hao drags the champion to Hau'oli City, where Lily is set to leave on her own journey. Having been inspired by the champion, she sets off to the Kanto region.
Oh
In
shit, she's going
Ultra Sun
like...
and Ultra
Oh
Moon,
shit.
the timeline splits when Lusamine opens up the initial wormhole, seeking to protect the world from Necrozma instead of seeking Nihilego. She and Guzma are abducted by Necrozma when opening up the wormhole after kidnapping Lily. The Ultra Recon Squad also meets with the trainer on several occasions and slowly reveals the true origins of Necrozma. Necrozma has travelled from their dimension after stealing all of the light. The trainer uses the flute at the altar, Guzma and Lusamine are spat out of the wormhole, with Nebby being attacked by Necrozma.
Oh
subsequently
shit!
being
I forgot about
absorbed by it.
Necrozma.
Necrozma flees to another dimension. In an otherworldly city called Megalopolis, the trainer battles with Ultra Necrozma, defeating it and freeing Nebby.
Holy
After
shit. Hey, I like the gold.
the trainer becomes the champion, Team Rainbow Rocket attacks from another dimension, headed by Team Rocket's Giovanni,
Team Rainbow Rocket?
flanked by Lysander, Cyrus, Getsis, Archie,
What is this
and
team?
Maxi. Colress, the very same from years before, helps the champion and Lily and confirms Giovanni's plan
AW.
was to travel across dimensions to seize control of the Ultra Beasts for his own gains.
Fucking
Whichever story
Giovanni.
you prefer can be accepted as canon. 3 years later, over in the
Giovanni,
Galar region,
Jesus.
Victor or Gloria
back.
plans to leave their home of Postwick with their friend Hop. They both receive
This is the one I remember playing a little bit. This is what, Sword and Shield?
their first Pokemon from Hop's brother and undefeated champion, Leon. Both Hop and the trainer visit the Slumbering Weald, meeting a mysterious Pokemon.
Yeah, fart.
Sonia hands them their own Pokédexes, and
excuse me.
Professor Magnolia also hands them Dynamax bands, allowing their Pokemon to undergo the phenomenon.
I low-key, I think I like Mega Evolution more than Dynamax, not gonna lie.
Dynamaxing. This allows Pokemon to grow in magnitudes and size.
But Dynamax
and
Loki was
gain
pretty
new
cool
moves.
too.
It is particularly popular in gym battles. The two leave on their journey to defeat all 8 gyms. Along the way, they run into another trainer called Marnie, who is followed by her
But
hooligan
look at the freaking graphics. It's like 720p,
like
man.
fans, Team Yell.
Yeah, I never liked Team
You
Yell.
also run into an organization headed by Chairman Rose, who happens to be the chairman of the Pokemon League and the Macrocosmos. The Macrocosmos seeks to provide sustainable energy for the Galar region through Dynamaxing, which in turn is caused by Galar particles. This energy is causing wild Pokemon
Holy
to Dynamax
shit,
at
Mime
random,
Jr.!
but thankfully, Leon is on hand and periodically stops them throughout the story. Rose has also endorsed a young trainer called Bede in the Gym Challenge. Bede takes the Gym Challenge at the same time as Gloria or Victor, with the trainers going toe-to-toe on several occasions. The duo, during their journey, visit the Isle of Armor off the east coast of Galar, where they meet another rival, Clara or Avery, along with the former Galar champion Mustard.
Yeah, I know
Mustard
this
takes them into his
man.
dojo to become
This man's gave me a little Urshifu thing.
students. The course involves taking
I
a series
don't
of trials
know
with their new
what the
rival,
pre-evolution
eventually
was
coming
called
head-to-head
again.
when they battle one another. Winning the battle, Victor or Gloria get to meet the legendary Pokemon Kubfu and take on the
Kubfu.
Tower of the Two Fists, ending in a battle against Mustard and his
I always like the Rapid Strike one more.
own Kubfu. After taking home the win, Kubfu learns to evolve into either form of Urshifu when shown the Scrolls of Darkness or Waters. Sometime later, the duo
I like the
and Hop
water.
visit the Crown Tundra, a frozen region south of Postwick. Upon arrival, they meet Peony, a retired gym leader and a strange brother
Oh yeah,
to
this is
Chairman
when all the DLC shit came out, right, chat?
Rose. He recruits them to become part of his exploration team, asking them to research the mysteries of the Crown Tundra. This leads them to meet Calyrex, a Pokemon and former king of the region.
I don't
The two
know.
help
I like Calyrex, but I never really liked Calyrex like that, you know? It's whatever. Like, it looks like a little rabbit creature that's on a big ass horsey.
Night with its trusty steed, Glastria or Spectria. Their exploration has them research ruins
Oh,
around
shit,
the Crown Tundra
the
and
Reggies.
encounter the legendary giants, or the Reggies. Finally, the two spend time hunting new forms of the Cantonian legendary
Oh,
birds,
shit, look at
the
Moltres.
Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres.
Nah, I like the Articuno one the most out of all three of them. I like the purple. I like how cool and it looks like, you know?
have adapted to the Crown Tundra,
Looks like-
taking on new radical forms.
Looks like a
In the
superhero.
championship battle at Winden Stadium, Chairman Rose interrupts the match
Oh,
by
my back.
reawakening Eternatus. Chairman Rose knows that Galar is due to be hit with an energy crisis in the far future and believes Eternatus is the one that can solve this issue. The trainer and Hop return to the Slumbering Weald in the hope of finding the legendary Pokemon that prevented the darkest day all those years ago, only to find the rusted sword and rusted shield. Heading to Hammerlock,
I like the
Leon,
blade
Hop,
one more.
And the trainer confront Rose, defeating him with
Or the
Leon
sword
attempting
one.
to capture Eternatus. Once it is defeated, Eternatus Eternamaxes and turns into its true form.
Look at the fucking claw, man. Is that really the Pokemon? Like, it's just a claw?
Item summons Zacian and Zamazenta with a fierce battle ensuing between the legendary Pokemon and Eternatus. Hop and the trainer are successful.
I like the sword one a little bit more.
Eternatus is captured. Several days later, the championship match continues
Zacian,
and Victor
whatever you want to call
Gloria
him.
defeats the undefeated Leon to become the champion of Galar. After the championship battle, Swordwood and Shieldbert, two descendants
Holy,
of the
look at the
Galarian
fucking,
monarch,
look at the hair. The hair.
seek to restore their throne, enraging Pokemon across the region and forcing them to Dynamax. It turns out they plan to take control of Zacian and Zamazenta, resulting in them being lured out and driven into a frenzy, forcing the champion to battle them once again. Once the legendary Pokemon is quelled, the opposite of the two appears and the champion catches it. Hop and the champion have one final battle.
No, my Diet Coke ran out.
Sometime later, Florian or Juliana moves to Paldea. They meet their new neighbor, Nemona, and the trainer wishes to start their own Pokemon journey. The pair are gifted
I'm not
going
gonna
to
say anything, chat. Honestly, who'd you guys pick here?
Of Naranha,
For me, if I'm being honest, I picked the cat. I thought this is so cute though. I forgot what they're all called. I forgot what they're even called, but the red one to me looks so cute. I like the swag, the swagger it has on this, but I picked this one because I knew what the final evolutions looked like. This looked like a clown. This looked like I wouldn't really fuck with. I don't like that big ass fat crocodile like that. So I like the
Academy,
cat the most.
the very school the two will be attending. Nemona is already a champion-ranked trainer, but decides to raise a new Pokemon instead. The trainer or Nemona encounter a Miraidon or a Koraidon, who is injured after
this person's always playing a female character, I just realized.
Capo Poco, who, in turn, saves the two from a pack of Houndour. They also meet Arven, the child of a Pokemon professor, Truro or Sada. Arven identifies the Pokemon, although the professor has been working in Area Zero, and Arven hasn't seen them in many years. Eventually, the students arrive in Messagoza to attend school. In turn, they run into Penny, a new student from Galar, who is being bullied by a group of delinquents. After being called by the professor, admitting the legendary Pokemon used to be theirs, they ask
Professor
the trainer to look
Sada.
after it. They're then sent on an independent field study, being asked to find their personal treasure. This includes
Damn, look at his
3
Pokeballs.
tasks.
He just has 6 Premier Balls. That's how you know he's rich. He buys 10 at a time. Just so he can get 1 Premier Ball.
Defeating all 8 gyms as encouraged by Nemona. The hacker Cassiopeia requests them to take down Team Star across 5 bases in Paldea, an alleged group of bullies previously expelled from the academy. They belong to the same group harassing Penny, and Arven requests them to help defeat the 5 Titan Pokemon, massive creatures that—
Honestly, I didn't really play this game long enough to see what happens throughout the story.
guard the Herba Mystica.
I low-key
This
kinda
herb has
gave
immense
up.
healing capabilities. The trainer hunts down the Titan
And like
Pokemon,
it
including
feels so, the quality doesn't feel that high anymore, chat.
odd Paradox Pokemon.
But,
Iron
I mean,
Treads
I
or
never
Great
had the
Tusk.
Switch 2,
However,
so.
the trainer also learns Arven is hunting down the Herba Mystica to heal his sick Mabostiff, who was severely injured a while ago. The Herba Mystica is used to help recover the
fuck is a
legendary Pokemon's
Mabostiff?
power, allowing Koraidon or Miraidon to traverse various new terrains. The trainer, barreling through the 8 gyms and clashing with Nemona at every turn, eventually takes on the Pokemon League, triumphing over the Elite Four and the current champion Gita, then trouncing Nemona in one final battle. The trainer succeeds in taking down the 5 leaders of Team Star, but it's revealed that they themselves were being bullied, and since Clavel wiped the records of bullying in the school, Team Star were branded as the bullies, despite them being the
Damn, that's fucking foul. The fuck? They were bullied and become the bullies now?
to protect one another. The previous staff even resigned over this event. Cassiopeia reveals themselves to be the big boss of Team Star. Meeting at the academy at night, Clive, who's been encouraging the trainer the whole time to take down Team Star, was unsurprisingly Director Clavel. The trainer beats him in a battle, only for Penny to reveal she was the hacker the whole time, with the two battling once again. After losing to the trainer, the Team Star leaders then turn their bases into training facilities for Pokemon trainers. During these adventures, the students take part in 2 field trips. The first being to Kitkami. The field trips are in conjunction with the Blueberry Academy in the Unova region. 2 of their students, brother and sister Kieran and Carmine, are Kitkami natives and meet the group in Mosai Town.
I'm not gonna say anything
learns
anymore.
of the legend of the Loyal 3 and Ogerpon, with the 3 being revered as heroes and Ogerpon as evil. Carmine and the trainer encounters Ogerpon that night. It is shortly revealed—
Ogerpon is the green one? I know there's like red and blue, right? Or are they the same ones? I don't know.
that the Loyal Three were actually the villains of the story,
I
and
lucky gave up.
Ogerpon was the real victim. Kieran was kept from learning about the
Damn!
encounter with Ogerpon by Carmine, and overhears this revelation, feeling betrayed. The Loyal Three return from their graves and steal 3 of Ogerpon's masks from Kitkami Hall, and the trader sets out to retrieve them. Kieran convinces the townsfolk of Ogerpon's innocence.
Shit.
Ogerpon decides to join the trader, making Kieran feel even more betrayed, and the siblings return to Blueberry Academy. With all of this concluded, the group begins their journey into the great crater of Paldea, searching for the professor. They encounter various Paradox Pokemon, creatures resembling modern Pokemon from the past or the
that's
future.
what they're
Eventually,
called. Paradox Pokemon.
near the base, they discover the professor's lab. And the professor is dead, with an android
Dead?
replica communicating with them the whole time. The professor succeeded in inventing a time machine, bringing forward or back Pokemon from different time periods.
Time
This included
machine?
Koraidon and Miraidon, along with a second, more aggressive one, which eventually killed the professor. The android
What?
mastered the destroyer and the time machine, but a fail-safe initiates, causing the android to attack, who is also in possession of the other legendary Pokemon. Koraidon or Miraidon was previously injured by this Pokemon, so it's reluctant to
Koraidon, the Guardian of Paradise.
fight. Despite this fear, it learns to battle again, helping defeat the robot. The android travels to a different time period before the time machine is destroyed, as it cannot be done while the AI remains in the present. A little while later, the students are invited to
What the story is happening now, chat? What?
Blueberry Academy by the director Serrano. They arrive at the academy and explore the terrarium, a massive undersea dome that holds 4 different biomes. Upon seeing Carmine again, she mentions Kieran has become abrasive to everyone, obsessed with getting stronger in order to defeat the trainer. Kieran becomes the champion of the Blueberry League in this time, dethroning Drayton, Drayton's grandson. As the trainer is already the Paldean champion, they are allowed to challenge the Elite Four directly, ending with a fierce battle and a hard-fought victory against Kieran. He is visibly upset at this loss, since his training amounted to nothing. Briar has received permission to visit Area Zero from the Paldean League. On return to Paldea, as the Blueberry students accompany them, the group are allowed to visit Area Zero to help Briar to find Terrapagos. Kieran agrees, hoping to catch the legendary
Terrapagos?
Pokemon for himself. Florian or Juliana receive the Indigo Disc from Rika.
The turtle shiny thing.
Traveling to Area Zero and to the Crystal Cave, the group learn of the Stellar type, containing every type combined. As they delve deeper, they find the dormant form
Every?
of Terrapagos. Upon
Shit.
awakening, Kieran throws a Master Ball at it, planning to use it against the Paldean champion. Briar encourages the two to battle, and Kieran unleashes Terrapagos. Unfortunately for him, he loses control of it, with its power overflowing, absorbing the terrestrial energy.
Shit.
Carmine and the trainer attempt to fight Terrapagos, but Carmine is defeated swiftly. Kieran then joins forces with
Carmine,
Florian
what? You gotta lock in Carmine. What do you
Juliana,
mean?
with the two
She
taking on
lost.
Terrapagos and stopping it. Following the battle, Briar publishes a retelling of the expedition in a book, giving a copy of it to the player as a gift. After receiving it, the trainer visits the crystal pool in Kitkami, causing Terrapagos to
Always
emerge from its
playing a female character.
Pokeball and a strange mist to appear. Professor Sado, or Professor Churro, emerges from the mist. He
Professor
seems to have
Churro?
somehow been transported through time and space. The professor becomes fascinated by various things the player tells him about, especially the information presented in Briar's book. Wishing to study it further, the professor trades it for their cherished copy of the Scarlet Book or Violet Book before the mist disappears and they're transported back to where they came from. And that just about does it. Where Legend ZA will appear
That's
on the timeline
it?
is anyone's guess, but it's almost certainly set in the near future. We'll just have to wait and see.
Oh shit.